Hey guys, M2 Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Secret Wars Spider-Man. This is the 40th anniversary of the original Secret Wars. So here we get this retro-inspired blister card to those original Mattel figures for Secret Wars. So it's pretty cool. We get a new Spider-Man here. Well, not new. This is the Amazing Fantasy body, and we now get it in the symbiote suit Spider-Man, which was the first appearance of the suit, which is really cool. And then as a throwback to the original toys, we get to get this shield little gimmick thing here. So very excited for this wave. I do not yet have all of the wave. I have Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, and Titania, Iron Man, and Beyonder. I just placed my order on ToySnowman.com. I got the 4 from Toy Snowman, but he did not yet get Beyonder and Iron Man. It looks like those are in stock now, along with Wolverine, Captain America, and Titania. Unfortunately, it looks like Spider-Man is the only one sold out, but the other ones look to be in stock right now. So link in the video description below to ToySnowman.com, which is my referral link and code, which will give you a 5% off coupon code for new accounts, brand new users, first-time buyers. So make sure to check them out, ToySnowman.com. They have all your action figure needs, so all the Hasbro stuff, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, all that good stuff, as well as Mayfix, import figures, all of that. So all your action figure needs, you can check them out, ToySnowman.com. But Spider-Man, very exciting. Again, throwback packaging here. We get Marvel logo up at the top corner, as you can see there. Looking at the back of the package, we do get the cross-sell of all the figures in the wave, and then you can see how the shield works. You can open it up, and you can swap out the lenticular Spider-Man Peter Parker, as you can see there, as we change it around. And then you have that Secret Wars 40th anniversary logo there. We also get it up here in the top corner, which won't really be visible. But we get Spider-Man, and the bio reads, Spider-Man discovers a mystery glob on Battleworld, giving him a new black suit with stronger powers, and unbeknownst to him, his first encounter with a certain alien symbiote. It was a while after he had the suit that, they changed it to say, well, that's the Venom symbiote. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, and let's open this up. I'm going to rip it open. I'll get a second set so I can hang up on the wall later on. But I'm going to rip it open. Let's check out the figure and the accessories, and let's get it going. Hey guys, if you're a fan of my action figure reviews, fan of the channel, and haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're getting close, a little bit more than 1,200 to go, so we have a little bit of distance, but we have a few more weeks to make sure it happens, but I could really use your help, so make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Okay, here we go. We have the Spider-Man figure out of the package, and yeah, this is a good one. If you have the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man figures, any of the ones that we've gotten, since technically we had the first appearance retro card, we had the Amazing Fantasy 15, regular release as part of the Beyond Amazing Spider-Man program. And then we've had like the retro cel-shaded Spider-Man, and then we had the Spider-Man and his amazing friends. So we've had a few different versions of it, but this will be the first in the symbiote Spider-Man. Now we've had quite a few symbiote Spider-Mans. I didn't bring them all out. I only brought out the one that was on the retro card, which does have pins, so it's not quite the Renew Your Vows body, as it doesn't have the articulated toes, and again, it does have pinned arms and legs. It's all black, so not a big deal. So this is kind of another new one, but it's this time at least it's on the Amazing Fantasy body, so it is smaller. The Spider-Man Animated Series VHS box set 2-pack with Carnage was the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man symbiote, but that one was cel-shaded with some blue, which I guess could work for this. I have some blue lights to kind of recreate that Secret Wars issue number 8 cover. But this is a really good one, so let's go ahead and get it off the stand. Let's zoom in and let's take a close look at the figure, and then we'll look at the accessories and all that good stuff. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the Spider-Man. I already swapped out the head as we get 2 heads, so here we have kind of the squinty-eyed version. I'd have to double-check. I feel like we've seen this head sculpt before. It could be new because it's on the smaller body, so the head might be a little bit smaller, but it reminds me of the Spider-Shot or Spider-Assassin. I'd have to double check that. But we got that too, so we got more of the squinty eye, and then we have one of the wide eye, which we already kind of saw there. So you can swap out the heads, very easy. He comes with all the hands. So out of the package, he has the fists on there, but I already swapped out for kind of the open wall crawling hands. And you can see there, we actually get a white triangle on the back of his hands, which is accurate to the Secret Wars first appearance of the black suit symbiote suit Venom alien symbiote. There are the fists. there are the fists there. We had those wall crawling hands, and then we also get thwip hands, as you can see there. So we get all of the hands for Spider-Man, and then we also get, again, that shield, gimmicky shield, and as you can see with the lenticular hologram, so you got Peter Parker, and then you got Spider-Man. You got Peter Parker, and then you got Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Peter Parker. The way this... Oh, dreaded C-clip. Ugh. I'm not a fan of these shields. I don't really understand the point. I've never had any of the original Secret Wars action figures, so I don't really know what it's all about, unfortunately, so I wish I could tell you. I really don't know, but these do open up. Let me see. How do you open it? You just pry it open. Okay, you just pry it open, and then you could stick these in there. So the lenticular one, as you can see there, it is still just, you know, cardboard and the lenticular cover on there. And then you can put it in there for the shield. But we also get that Secret Wars logo there. So as you can see, it says Celebrating Marvel Superhero Secret Wars 40. So the 40th anniversary. And if you look, it gives you instructions on how to do it. So I guess, oh, you can see it's got those indents in there. And then there's tabs in there. So I don't know which way. I think it was this way, right? So we're just going to stick that in there. And then you can close that up. And then, boom, you got the Secret Wars logo on there. I think the lenticular does look better. If you wanted to use this for an actual shield, it'd probably make a little bit more sense. But there we go. And then it is back to our Spider-Man. So the most recent symbiote suit, Venom symbiote black suit, was the retro carded Venom that was exclusive to Walmart. A lot of people had issues with the white paint where it felt like it wasn't fully dry and then you can like smudge it and things like that. This one holds up pretty good. One thing about it though is the legs don't quite line up there along his right pec. Left pec isn't perfect, but way better than how it looks over here. It's not super terrible or anything, nothing that I'm going to be like, oh, I need a replacement. Just making that observation there. So it's not too bad on mine, but you know, it could be something on your guys', so you want to just kind of be on the lookout for it. Looking at the back of the figure, as you can see in that butterfly joint, we also get those spider arms in there. And that came out looking really good in terms of continuing on. So kudos there. They did not do it on the front butterfly as it didn't really need it, and it would have been a small portion anyway, so they didn't have to do it. And then you can see we have the diaphragm cut, the inverted ab there, and then we're fully pinless and everything like that. So now let's go ahead and zoom out for the articulation. Okay, so Spider-Man's articulation, Amazing Fantasy, the good thing is his head is on a disc hinge, so he can look up all the way, he can look down all the way, you get a full rotation in that head. Not really any pivot going on in the neck. I wish there was a little bit, but unfortunately we don't get any. This figure, my figure is very stiff, by the way, which is also like a good thing. No gumminess or anything like that. You can get the shoulder to go straight on out like so. Again, it was a little stiff. Full rotation in there. You got the butterfly joint on there. I will be honest, one thing that is pretty lacking on the Amazing Fantasy is the butterfly joint. So I'm not getting that arm to go back very far at all. I think some people have like cut open the torso and were able to make some adjustments in there to open that up a little bit, but there's not a whole lot if I'm being honest. And then in terms of crossbody, not a huge amount. You do get a little bit there. You got an upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, so you get that much bend there at the elbow. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on all the hands. So the fists, the thwip hands, and the wall crawling hands. We got the diaphragm cut on here, so you can tilt Spidey to his left that much there. You could tilt Spidey to his right that much there. On just the diaphragm, you can't really go back a whole lot, and then just the diaphragm can't really come forward a whole lot, but we got that inverted ab crunch. So coming forward total is going to be that much, going back total is going to be that much. Now the hips on this guy are pretty darn good, so in total, like, you can, you know, depending on how you kind of position the figure, you can get him down significantly. So the hips work out great on this figure. They're not dropped down in any way, but you can spread them out that far apart. You can kick forward very, very, very high, which is awesome. The leg does go back a little bit in there. You got an upper thigh cut in there, double jointed pinless knee, as you can see there, nice bend. You do get a calf swivel right there, mid calf. Foot hinges down, a little stiff on there, hinges down all the way. You get some hinge up, which is great. Ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And one thing that I didn't talk about enough on this figure, and I will do a better job at that when I do like the comparisons, the side by sides. This guy's got some new arms on him. So if you recall, the Amazing Fantasy figure has cuts in the arms for the web wings. So this guy does not have those peg holes in there. The retro carded cell shaded animated series Spider-Man also did not have peg holes in the arms. However, those arms were too long for that body because they just used like the Renew Your Vows arms, if I'm not mistaken, or some other arms that just made the arms look too long. So instead of just giving us another figure with holes in the bicep, we got new arms. So I will do a closer look to compare the two arms, showing that they are in fact different. They didn't just plug the holes. There are some differences in the muscle definition, and for the life of me I can't get Spider-Man to stand up. I don't know why, but there he goes there. So let's zoom in for the comparison on those arms. Okay, so here we go. I got the Amazing Fantasy Beyond Amazing Spider-Man. I got the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends version, and then we have the new Secret Wars symbiote suit there. As you can see, they're different. Even the shoulder is different. Now, it was a little bit difficult because there isn't a whole lot of muscle definition in the shoulders to really see if there is a big difference. The way that I could really tell is if you look at that shoulder hinge, there's a large like flat portion right in here. This symbiote figure does not have that same flat portion in there. I don't know if that light's bright enough in there. So it is not the same on the shoulder ball. And then one thing on the shoulder that I could see is little like a muscle line right there that the Amazing Fantasy does not have, and it's going to be hard to kind of see those little details. And then looking on the outside of the bicep, there's seems to be a little bit more muscle definition right in here. So like right there you get those two lines, whereas on the Amazing Fantasy you really only kind of get one. It's kind of there, but it's not a clear line in there. So there's a little bit of that difference. The elbows, I think, are different also, because it looks like we get a little bit more of a flatter edge on that elbow. And then it kind of comes to a little bit of a point, a little bit more so in there. The forearm seems similar, but again, I just see better defined muscle definition in the line work compared to the previous. And again, it's hard to tell based on like the color on, you just kind of have to look at how the glare of the light comes through on there. So to me, it looks different. And then if I look at like the inside elbow, kind of the flatness there does not look the same as on the Amazing Fantasy. So I remember when this Spider-Man was first announced, they did mention something about, Dwight mentioned something about new arms because, again, they filled in those peg holes from the web wings. So here, to me, I can clearly see a difference between the two. This new one, it just looks a little bit more well-defined in terms of the muscle definition. Other than that, the figure is going to be the exact same. Different head sculpts, of course, because we get those. You know what? Where's that other head? No, definitely not the same one there. So I still have to check to see if this is the same as Spider Shot. Okay, and doing my due diligence, here we have the Spider Assassin, or Spider Shot as the toy was called. Very similar head sculpts. They are not the same because the eye lenses on the Spider Shot figure actually come out of the mask, whereas this new Spidey one, the eyes are kind of recessed in there. So these are in fact different head sculpts. So this one, I believe, is going to be all new. I could be wrong on that, but this one, I don't recognize it on any other figure. So there we go. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at the Amazing Fantasy body as we see it on the Spider-Man figures. The Fantastic Four one also uses it, but I think the Fantastic Four Spider-Man and I should have brought it out. But those ones also have the peg holes in the arms, if I'm not mistaken, because the Franklin Richards figure did for sure. So here we go. So we have our Amazing Fantasy, and something about the symbiote suit, the black suit, just looks incredible to me. I've always really liked that suit more than I like the red and blue. It's always just really been my favorite. So I'm extremely happy to have this version. I love every version for the most part. The retro card version was a big favorite of mine up until recently, but now with this new one, I like the size of it. The Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man body is a really good one, and then just depending on what my mood is at the time, is it better than Renew Your Vows? And again, some days I may say Amazing Fantasy absolutely is. Some days I may say Renew Your Vows. So it's just kind of one of those things. I have a symbiote suit Spider-Man on the Renew Your Vows body, so I am happy with that. But now I'm happy to have one on the Amazing Fantasy body. And then, of course, we've got to do the symbiote Spider-Man next to the retro carded symbiote Spider-Man. So this one is going to be another favorite. This is a fantastic figure. Yes, it has pins. Yes, those are outdated. Sure, but it's black on black. Like, it's okay. The pins aren't as noticeable. Pinless is 1,000,000% better. And it's too bad that the symbiote Spider-Man in the pinless body, the Renew Your Vows body with toe articulation and everything like that, it's unfortunate that was in the VHS 2-pack for the animated series, because I think a lot of people would have loved to have gotten that version. And I'm sure somewhere down the line we will get another symbiote Spider-Man on the Renew Your Vows body that gets a wider release that everybody can get their hands on. Probably. Let's face it, that's probably going to happen. So it's just going to be a waiting game to see. But in the meantime, this Secret Wars Spider-Man, definitely one to pick up. And I think it's going to be one that most people will pick up. Probably going to be one of the harder figures in the wave to find. It just goes to show you that in Toy Snowman, all the other figures in the wave are readily available in stock right now. But Symbiote Spider-Man is the one that is sold out. So to me that makes sense because awesome figure all around. You guys know me, I don't like doing head swaps, but I know somebody's gonna ask, like, oh, is this new head fit on the older symbiote Spider-Man? And yes, it does, but yes, it looks very small and really, really weird. Like, not a good look at all. Okay, and posing Spider-Man around, you can have a whole lot of fun in there. Because with this Amazing Fantasy, the way the hips work, you can get him down into a lot of different crouching poses, which is great. And then the head being on the disc hinge, really being able to get himself to kind of look out, really goes a long way. And again, just kind of posing around, even with some simple poses, it still can look really good in how you position your Spider-Man. So again, great body to be able to use for new symbiote Spider-Man, because we get so many, so it's nice a little change up to do it on the Amazing Fantasy body. Okay, so that is my review of the Secret Wars 40th Anniversary Retro Spider-Man Symbiote, first appearance of the symbiote figure. Fantastic one. I think it's one, again, it's going to be one of the harder figures to find in the wave for sure. But a really good one. The Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man body is one of the best that Hasbro has done. Again, you could compare it to the Renew Your Vows, and then just depending on my mood will be, which I think is the better figure. So really good one. Another symbiote Spider-Man figure, looks really good. So I'm very happy with it. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you looking forward to this figure? Do you think we get too many symbiote Spider-Man figures? Spider-Man figures, X-Men, Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man. We're always going to get multiples of those figures. It's always going to be a thing. I know some people complain that we get too many of them. They're the hot sellers. They sell every single time. So of course Hasbro is going to do more and more of them. But when we can switch up to different suits and things like that and have some differences, that's what I'm all about. So the retro symbiote Spider-Man, very, very good figure. Still a really good figure. It's not going to be replaced or anything like that. This is just another good alternate symbiote figure for your collection or however you want to do it. But give me all your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Remember to check out toysnowman.com for your action figure needs. The whole wave minus this Spider-Man is in stock now. So link in the video description below. It's my referral link, which will give you a 5% off coupon code for new accounts, first-time buyers. So make sure to check it out. toysnowman.com, link in the video description below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. I would love to hit that 50,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year. I need your help to do it, and as always, thank you for watching.